WB4AIZ listening.
W8WKY.
WB4AIZ, this is KE8VZA. How you doing tonight, Chuck?
I'm doing okay, WB4AIZ. Yep. It's another quiet day, quiet night, a little warmer today. That was great. Over.
All right, that sounds good. It was a lot warmer up here today. It came close to 50 at least. It may have actually hit 50. I quit watching after a while because I was outside hanging Christmas lights, believe it or not. My last chance, so to speak. Looking ahead at the weather forecast, today was the day. So, so there you have it. So, Chuck, are you going to hang around tonight for trivia and everything?
Negative. I've already done the aim window in and out, the usual. So, gotta get up early for breakfast. So, nope, I won't be around. We had I think temperature was in the 70s today. Might get even warmer next couple days before another front comes through. So, yeah, I won't be around.
All right, Chuck. Well, hey, it was nice talking to you here before the net. And if you get a chance to get out and enjoy some of that warm weather, I hope you can. And, yeah, I think here tomorrow is going to be warm as well, kind of like today, like mid to upper 40s, but we're supposed to get some rain. So we'll see. Anyway, good talking to you, Chuck. I got you in the log as in and out tonight. And thanks for checking in. And 73, have a good week. Maybe we'll hear you on Wednesday.
Roger. All righty. Getting clear and waiting for the hot check.
All right. Well, take care, Chuck. Let's see. Anybody else? We got a couple minutes before the lovely announcer comes on and kicks off the pre-show. I'm KE8VZA on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. We're getting close to the Beaconette pre-show at the bottom of the hour here. So if you want to squeak in before the actual pre-net, please call now.
Hey, this is KD8EPC. Good evening, Eric.
November 8, Fox Tango Juliet, Jim.
All right, KE8VZA returning. I copied KD8EPC and N8FTJ. How you doing there, Dustin? KD8EPC.
KVZA, this is KD8EPC. Good evening, Eric, and sorry for the noise in the background. I got another radio going on 10 meters with some guys, and anyhow, got new coax put up today, so hopefully I'm making the repeater all right and holding it, but we'll be here for the net, and just heard you calling, so I figured I'd stop by and say hello.
Very good, Dustin. Your signal sounds really good into the repeater. Very, very nice. So I think that coax is working for you.
I'm happy to hear that. I know today was probably going to be the last nice day I was going to be able to get out there and do that, so I changed the coax on this and on the 10-meter antenna. So we're going to be set there, and hopefully things continue to stay good. And yeah, but with that, Eric, I won't hold it. I just wanted to make sure I was making it in there, and I'll be standing by for the pre-show because I've got to get back over here to 10 meters. This is KD8EPC, back to pre-net control, and we'll catch you here in a little bit.
All right, Dustin. Yeah, I actually changed the coax on my 10-meter antenna, and it seems to have helped. So good to hear actual results on your coax. So we'll talk to you in a little bit. And let's see, I got AB8MO, K5CFY, and W3TB, N8FTJ. Okay, stand by for our announcer.
The Beacon Net, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
QST. This is Kilo Echo 8 Victor Zulu Alpha, KE8VZA. My personal is Eric, Echo Romeo India Charlie. And this is the Beacon Net pre-show on the W8 WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. The frequency is 147 Mark 390 with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And this repeater has a positive offset. And let's see, Allstar, if you'd like to connect that way, the node number is 48496, or Echolink W8WKY-R. This prenet is a controlled prenet, and I ask that all traffic pass through net control, yours truly, and urgent or emergency traffic, please break in at any time. At this point, I'll take a brief pause to see if there is any emergency or urgent traffic. If so, please call now. Okay, hearing nothing, we'll go down the control team and a roll call. So first up is our controller, who will be joining us at the top of the hour, KE8KO, Nick at Nite. How are you tonight, Nick? KE8QKO. This is KE8VZA. Are you out there? And how's it going? Okay, nothing heard. We will circle back and check up on Nick there in a minute. For now, we're going to go down to Dustin, KD8EPC. Just talked to you, Dustin. I didn't know if you wanted to check into the Mickey Mouse roll call or not.
KD8VZA and the Beacon Net pre-show. This is KD8EPC. Well, Eric, we're going to try to hang in here. Like I said, we're having a side conversation on 10 meters, but we'll try to be here for the big show. I got this new coax, and from what you say, it's sounding good there, and we hope it continues to do so. With that, this is KD8EPC, back to pre-net control, 73 for now.
W8WKY.
All right, very good, Dustin. Enjoy the 10-meter QSOs, and we will touch base with you in a little while. And next we're going to go down to KD8SLG, just Nick. He may be on the farm, he may not be. Is he out there tonight? And how you doing, Justin?
KABZA, this is KDSLG. Good evening, Eric, and all the barometer netizens. Yes, I'm down the farm. I've got Dune Prophecy. Yeah, Dune Prophecy queued up for tonight. I'll be back around later on. KD8SLG, back to net control.
All right, very good there, Just Nick. Enjoy the show. We'll touch base with you later on. We'll clear with KD8SLG, and we'll go on down to Josh, W8HRS. How you doing today, Josh? And will you be sticking around for the big show tonight?
K8BZA, W8HRF. Good evening, Eric. Good evening to everybody on the Beacon Net. I will be sticking around. Looking forward to the net. So I'll send it back to you. K8BZA, W8HRF. Thanks for doing the pre-show.
No problem there, Josh. Thanks for joining us tonight. Got you down, sticking around. We'll clear with W8HRF. And next on the list is KE8YUK, Lucy. Lucy is going to do our alt trivia tonight, so I hear. And thanks, Lucy. How you doing? And anything else you'd like to say at this point?
KE8VZA, KE8YUK. Hi, everybody. I don't have a rubber chicken, but I do have long hair, so I'm a pretty decent substitute. And we'll be here for alt trivia, and hope everything goes really well with the net. I feel like I haven't stayed awake for a Sunday night net in a while, but I think I have. I just don't remember well. It's a problem. Anyway, alt trivia, all set to go. Back to you, Eric.
Excellent, Lucy. Very good. Thanks for picking up the alt trivia tonight. And I don't think you really need a rubber chicken. You have Betty, so that's way better than a rubber chicken, in my opinion. Anyway, thanks, Lucy. We'll clear with KE8YUK. And I'm going to give him a shout, but I don't think he's here yet. KI5DAY. Are you out there, Alan? Okay, nothing heard. He may be joining us later. He had another obligation tonight and said he may be able to join the net late. We will have to just wait and see. Anyway, that is our Mickey Mouse roll call. And I do have a few stations that I picked up from the blue screen. And let's see, we have WB4AIZ, Chuck down in Florida. He's good enough. We had a nice QSO before the pre-net. So 73 Chuck, thanks for checking in. And after that, AB8MO, Andy. And then K5 CFY, Ray. W3ETB, Eddie. KD2HCE, Chris. And Chris has to be in and out. 73 Chris, thanks for joining us. And let's see, N8FTJ checked in right before the pre-net. And KE8QFT, I picked you up, Fred from the blue screen. Anyway, let's go ahead and take some more check-ins, and then we'll work the list, see who's going to stick around or maybe not. So if you'd like to check in, please call now.
KE8VZA and the Beacon Net WA8KOC.
KABZA, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Hello, Eric.
Here is November Uniform 5 Delta NU5D. Steve, Gatesville, Texas. Yeah, I'll probably be sticking around and get that going. Over.
This is November 5 Lima Kilo Romeo. No November 5, Lima, Kilo, Romeo. Ken, Moody, Texas. I'll be listening.
KC8EEY, Dave from East Sparta, in and out. KE8ZRY.
KE8HNK.
All right, I'll pick it up there. All right, that round, very nice and orderly. Thank you to all. I picked up WA8 KOC, Fred, WV3K, Philip, K4OG, Mark, KF8AXO, Dave, NU5D, Steve, N5LKR, Ken, KI5TAQ, Tim, picked you up from the blue screen there, KC8EEY, Dave, KE8ZRY, Jeremy, and KE8HNK. Anybody else before I start to work the list here? Please call now.
This is Kilo Juliet 5 Foxtrot Lima Lima Brad in Waco, Texas. I'll be in and out. Sorry, early bird gets the worm around here. Over.
This is K5BDL, Kilo 5 Bravo Delta Lima, Brad in Tyler, Texas, in and out.
Kilo Alpha 8 Mike November Tango, Tom and Canton. I'll be in and out.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Charlie Hotel Bravo, Craig in Shreve, Ohio.
This is November 3 X-Ray Uniform Sierra. November 3 X-Ray Uniform Sierra, Gene in Killeen, Texas.
All right, I'll pick it up there. This is KE8VZA with the Beaconette pre-show returning here, and our last batch of check-ins, again, very orderly, thank you. Picked up, I forget where I left off here. I think I left off with KC8EEY Dave, who was in and out there. Let's see, KE8ZRY Jeremy, KE8HNK Elmer, KJ5FLL Brad, K5BDL, also a Brad, another Brad, two Brads, KA8MNT Tom, in and out. Both Brads were in and out as well. After that, KF8CHB Craig, and after that, N3XUS Gene. Cool call sign, like that. Okay, let's work the list. I'm going to go back up to the top here, and AB8MO. Andy, how you doing tonight, Andy? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
W8WKY.
Okay, Node ID strikes again. Yeah, I'll stick around, and I agree with Lucy. I think Betty is a much better mascot than a lousy rubber chicken. And Alan isn't here to defend him. Oh well, back she comes, AB8MO.
right, very good, Andy. I agree. So there you have it. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Got you on the list. We'll clear with AB8MO. And next on the list is Ray, K5CFY. How you doing, Ray? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight? K5CFY, KE8VZA. Are you out there, Ray? Okay, he's in the blue screen, and I think I saw a comment earlier that he couldn't hear anything. So, Ray, we'll leave you on the list, and we'll circle back around. And so next we'll go down to Eddie, W3ETB. How you doing, Eddie? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Yeah, hi, Eric. Yeah, I'll be sticking around. As far as rubber chickens goes, I watch, me and Grant, we sometimes watch the Spinguli episodes on MeTV. Actually, this movies that they show, the old horror movies. And last night they had Vincent Price, Peter Lorre, and Boris Karloff in a movie called the Comedy of Terrors, which was actually, they said that they took the title from Shakespeare's title, Comedy of Errors, and changed it to Comedy of Terrors. And it was really very funny. They had Basil Rathbone, who was actually spouting Shakespeare quotes throughout the movie. And, he had died several times, and they thought he was dead. And each time they thought he was dead, and they went and buried him and everything. Well, they didn't bury him. They put him in a tomb. And he came back to life every time. Just spouted more Shakespeare. Anyway, the rubber chickens were flying on the Guli last night, and they always do. And every time I hear Alan talk about his rubber chickens, it reminds me of that. So, yeah, I'll be here. W3ETV, back to net.
All right, very good, Eddie. I have that movie. I wrote it down, so thanks for the recommendation there. I'm going to have to check that out. Sounds pretty cool. I love Vincent Price. I really do. And, well, Boris Karloff, too. Anyway, thanks, Eddie. Got you on the list, sticking around. After Eddie was KD2HCE, Chris, who checked in and out via the blue screen. 73, Chris. And after that, Jim, N8FTJ. How you doing tonight, Jim? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
All right, I just said good evening, Net. N8FTJ here. Yeah, I was messing around with NetLogger, and I saw the net was going, so wasn't sure about the pre-net and all that kind of stuff, but just make me an in and out for tonight. But I will be listening. Actually, my better half, she listens to it every Sunday night, so she's not feeling well, so she's in the rack right now, so I'll probably go up and join her and give her a little support because she's not feeling well, but she listens every night. So, listens to this net particularly, and the barometer in the morning. So, anyway, I'll say 7-3s. Just make me an in and out, and I will be listening here a while. N8FTJ, back to net.
Well, I hope she feels better soon, Jim. And thanks for checking in. Got you on the log. It's in and out. And 73. After that, let's see, KE8QFT, Fred. I picked you up from the blue screen. How goes it? And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
KE8QFT, yes, I will be here. Yeah, that's about it for now. Back to you.
All right, very good, Fred. back. We'll clear with KE8QFT for now. And next on the list is also Fred, WA8KOC. How you doing tonight, Fred? And are you going to stick around, or are you going to get your ticket punched tonight?
Eric, good evening to you and everybody else in here enjoying the Beacon Net. Thanks for taking my check-in. I'm just going to get my ticket punched tonight. I hear my good friends Phil, WV3K, and Mark, K4OG, coming up behind me. Sounds like they're going to stick around. I don't know. But, yeah, morning comes pretty early tomorrow morning, so I'm just going to have to say hello and vacate. Take good care of yourself. Enjoy the net. My best to everybody on the Mickey Mouse roll call and elsewhere. And take good care of yourself, pal. I'll talk to you soon. KE8VZA and the pre-show for the Beacon Net WA8KOC 73.
All right, Fred. Well, hey, thanks for checking in tonight. Appreciate it. Good to hear you. And 73, got you on the log, in and out. We'll clear with WA8KOC and go down to Phil, WV3K. How you doing tonight, Phil? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
K8VZA, WV3K. Hello, Eric. Actually, I'm going to take absence this evening outside of checking in. I've got a busy day tomorrow and want to get rest in order to be prepared for it, or to get prepared for it. So with that, I'm going to bid you all a very good night and a special hello to a very good friend of mine, Fred, WA8KOC, and also to our Nick at Nite that'll be taking over here in about 10 minutes. So, and Nick in the background, and also to Dustin and Andy. So with that, Eric, I'm going to let you go. Great, have a wonderful net, and many Lord's blessings to all, and our love from both Robin and I to everyone. This is WV3K, back to net control.
Well, thank you, Phil. Appreciate it. And, yeah, get some good rest, and that way you'll be able to greet the day in decent shape, hopefully. So we got you on the log as in and out. Good to hear you. And 73. We'll clear with WV3K and go on down to K4OG. Mark, how you doing tonight, Mark? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
KE8VZ. Good evening, Eric and everyone. K4OG here. Yes, sir, I'm going to stick around. It's been a month of Sundays, I feel like, since I've been on the Sunday net. It's nice to hear N8FTJ, Jim, in, I believe, the Corn Crib studio listening in. I'm sorry his wife feels bad. I didn't know she listened to the net. Yeah, I've been worrying myself to death trying to study to take this PI cognitive test and behavioral test for the new owners. Been dragging my foot there, Eric, but we'll get through it. I think HR is coming to town next week. They'll probably be here Tuesday. So I think I got one more day to study for all this behavioral and cognitive stuff. K4OG back to net.
W8WKY.
All right there, Mark. So I didn't know you could actually study for those. We had more of a personality test, the DISC test, and it wasn't very long, but it was very informative. And then we had some training sessions afterwards to go over all of it and learn how to interact with all the different personality types. Anyway, got you on the log, Mark, and I missed it, I think. Are you going to stick around tonight?
Yes, sir. I'm going to take a break and play with you guys tonight. K4OG.
right, very good, Mark. Thanks. Got you on the log. And we'll clear with K4OG. Next on the list was Dave, KF8AXO, who asked to be in and out. Thanks for checking in, Dave, 73. And after that was Steve down in Texas, NU5D. How you doing tonight, Steve? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Well, howdy, Eric. The net, glad to be here. I do intend to stay the course. All is well here in Texas. Long day. I work in prison ministry and had Mass this morning in RE class and then 2 hours behind bars. And got home and playing with my new, to me, ICOM 7100. I got the thing in Thursday and trying to learn a little about it. Looks like it's going to be a neat rig. Great net, and back to net from NU5D.
All right, very good, Steve. Well, I'm sure your prison ministry is greatly appreciated, and congrats on the new rig. And that's one that someday I might like to buy as well. But I've kind of bought a few too many here lately, so we're going to back off a bit and take a breath. So anyway, good to hear you, Steve. Got you on the log, sticking around. After we'll clear with NU5D, and after Steve is N5LKR Ken, who asked to be in and out tonight. 73 Ken, thanks for checking in. And then we're down to KI5TAQ Taco Tim, all the way from Bofang, Oklahoma. How you doing tonight, Tim? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Good evening there, guys. This is KI5TAQ. I'll stick around for the net tonight. You may want to circle back and catch Ray, because he and I and maybe a few others down here in the Oklahoma listening on the Claremore machine. For a little while I was listening to you guys on the Echolink, but now whatever they did with the Claremore machine is hopefully he's cleared up. So circle back to Ray and see what he says. This is KI5TAQ.
All right, very good, Tim. Got you on the log, sticking around. And yes, indeed, I will circle back up here to Ray. And Ray, K5CFY, can you hear us now? And stick around for the main net tonight. K5CFY, KE8VZA. Are you out there, Ray? All right, we'll circle back around to him again in a little bit. And let's see, next, where did we leave off? Next on the log was KC8EEY Dave, who checked in and out. Thanks, Dave. 73, and after that was KE8ZRY Jeremy. How you doing tonight, Jeremy? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
KE8ZZA, this is KE8ZRY. I am planning on sticking around for the main net. I'm wondering how I'm coming through tonight. I actually picked today to get my antenna up, and hopefully I'm coming through clear. Y'all are coming through very well here, so you can give me that report, and I'll pass it back over to you.
All right, Jeremy, your signal is fully copyable. Your audio is a little light, and there's a little bit of like a background hiss coming in with your signal. But other than that, it's decent. And not sure where that hiss is coming from. But anyway, there you have it. Got you on the log is sticking around. And I'm going to clear with KE8ZRY for now, and we'll go on down to Elmer, KE8HNK. How you doing tonight, Elmer? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
KE8HNK, good evening in the group. No, I'm not going to be sticking around for the main net. Just giving you one for the numbers there. You can count me in. I'm getting ready to head to bed. It's been a long day. And, of course, I just want to say everybody stay healthy, stay blessed, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. KE8HNK, back to net control.
All right, Elmer, very good. Thanks for checking in. I enjoy the Jeep updates on the barometer net and assorted traffic reports. Much appreciated. Gotcha on the log is in and out. 73. We'll clear with KE8HNK. And the next three stations were in and out. It's KJ5FLL Brad, K5BDL Brad, KA8MNT Tom, and that brings us down to KF8CHB. How you doing tonight, Craig? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Thank you, Eric. Yes, I had a pretty good weekend. Saturday, I took my third and final test, so I got my extra Saturday, and so the net today, and all is good. The weather was beautiful today, although I spent most of it working inside, and just glad to hear all the people. This looks like it's going to be a very good net tonight. Looks like the numbers are going to be maybe into the 50s. So with that, I will turn it back to net control. Thank you.
Well, congratulations there, Craig. And I am aspiring to take that test as well, probably beginning of January with the NORS VE team. So fingers crossed. Anyway, congrats. We'll clear with KF8CHB stroke Alpha Echo and go on down to N3XUS. Gene. How you doing tonight, Gene? All the way from Texas, I believe. And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
Good evening, everybody. This is November 3 X-Ray Uniform Sierra, Gene in Killeen, Texas. First time checking in on this net. Looking like a pretty good turnout so far, and I intend on sticking around. This is November 3 X-Ray Uniform Sierra. Back to you, net control.
All right, very good, Gene. Thanks for joining us. We're going to have a couple trivia questions here in a bit, and we'll go down through the list and touch base with everybody, and we'll have a chance for comments from all. So thanks for joining us. So we'll clear with N3XUS for now, and it is time to start the net. In fact, I'm 2 minutes late. Don't tell on me. Anyway, KE8QKO, Nick at Nite. How are you doing? And the floor is yours.
W8WKY.
Good evening, Eric. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me. And fine business on the pre-show. Good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Nick. My call sign is KE8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec, Kilo Oscar, and I will be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is Directed Net. All traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, Fireside Network, and various other repeaters. So we ask that you key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there.
we'll go ahead and take some check-ins. Any stations that have not already checked into the pre-show that would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Good evening, this is Kilo Oscar 4, Hotel Delta X-Ray. My name is Nick, calling in from northern Iowa, first time.
All right, sounds great. We got KD4 HDX, Nick there from northern Iowa. Welcome, Nick. Nick's a good name here on the net. There's a number of us floating around, so always happy to have another one in the mix. We'll get to you here in a little bit. The way it's going to work, since this is your first net, we have a couple of trivia questions. We have our trivia masters. They're going to read them to us. They're all multiple choice, and they're all just for fun. So you can take your best guess, and when I get to you, we can get your comments and your trivia answers. And at the end of the net, those trivia masters will take turns and give us the answers. So we'll find out whether we got them right or wrong. I generally get them wrong, but sometimes I get lucky and I get excited. Also, the Beacon Net meets every Wednesday and Sunday. I think I already said that, at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So come back anytime as well. Good to have you here. And speaking of that, we're going to go up and talk to our trivia masters. We're going to start with K8VZA. Eric, how you doing, sir? And what is the main trivia tonight?
KE8QKO, KE8VZA, I'm doing well, Nick. And here we go with the main trivia question. How many Earth days does it take Mars to orbit the Sun? Your possibilities are Alpha, 411, or Bravo, 532, or Charlie, 687, or Delta, 701. I'll take a break and read it again. KE8VZA returning with the main trivia question. How many Earth days does it take Mars to orbit the Sun? Choices are Alpha, 411, Bravo, 532, 687, or Delta, 701. And I'll post this in the blue screen in a minute. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, thank you there, Eric. I appreciate that. Also, for anybody, we have a new person joining us, actually from Florida, not Iowa. I heard that way wrong. Anyway, we also use NetLogger to keep track of our net. So if you want to keep track of NetLogger, you can always download the app and create your little account and find the Beacon Net. And then we also have the almost instant messenger screen where there's a lot of behind-the-scenes comments about the net that happen. Sometimes that's almost as much fun as the net itself. All right, next we're going to get on and talk to K8YUK for a not yucky alternate trivia question. Lucy, take it away.
Oh, you're proud of that one, aren't you? K8YUK? K8QKO. Josh is working on a project, which means he has to file down boards, and I hate the sound of metal on files, so this is going to be a long night. Anyway, all trivia. What was the main selling point on the patent for the first electric razor? A, it used DC current, which was proposed as safer than AC. B, the user did not have to apply shaving cream before shaving. C, it was more portable and safer than a straight razor. Or D, it was tested on kernel corn walda bean with minimal blood loss. Again, all trivia, what was the main selling point on the patent for the first electric razor? A, it used DC current, which was proposed as safer than AC. B, the user did not have to apply shaving cream before shaving. C, it was more portable and safer than a straight razor. Or D, it was tested on kernel corn walda bean with minimal blood loss. Back to you, Nick and Nite. Good luck, everybody.
All right, thank you, Lucy. I didn't catch all that. So, there it is, the blue screen. So I'll read it. I was reading the blue screen, and sometimes when I read and I listen, I don't listen. And that happens. It happens a lot on the net. And I start reading the blue screen and miss things in the comments. So that's why I like to have it there. Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate it. And, all right, this is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 290, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're going to start going through our check-ins for the BeaconNet. We're going to start with an in-and-out. That's WB4AIZ. And that's going to take us down to our first not in-and-out check-in, which is AB8MO Andy. How you doing, Andy? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to close the blue screen window since Josh is trying to make all kinds of mayhem. Let's see, first off by Trivium. Oh, crap, I forgot what I was going to... Where's the first one? Oh, you know, that's funny. When Eric said the trivia the first time, I thought he said birthdays. I'm like, 411 birthdays? But I am going to go with 411 Earth days. Okay, I was like, wow, it takes 701 years to... Nah, okay, I heard it wrong. I'm going to go A for Andy on the first one. And I think I'm going to go B for Bravo on the second one, so AB. And I am closing the blue screen, so don't try to bother send any messages. Had a great weekend. Had my band concert, Christmas concert up in Kirtland, and it was very, very well attended. Had a few people from my church actually came, in addition to my parents and my brother and his family, and then we all went out to Italian restaurant in Newberry, downtown Newberry, Ohio, as I affectionately call it, which is, well, you could almost not quite throw a rock to the repeater. It's about a mile down the street, but you could very easily see the tower from the restaurant. No problem seeing the 750-foot tower. So anyway, I got the contract signed for the Trumbull County Agricultural Society, which means that we have the venue secured for the Warrenham Fest on August 17th, 2025. And the main prize is an FT710 field. And we'll have the other prizes, they're sourced probably sometime late May or late in the spring, early summer. We'll definitely know our count probably by full count of everything probably by July. So anyway, everything's still the same. Well, the cost did go up for the venue slightly, but it's still going to be free admission. And you want to get a chance to win any of the door prizes, we got raffle tickets, and that price didn't change. So nothing's gone up in price for any of you guys. So we're going to see how it rolls for next year. So there you have it. We finally got it all squared away. Took long enough. Back she comes, AB8MO.
All right, thank you, Andy. Congratulations on getting all that stuff sorted out. And don't forget to make sure you check with Just Nick there and get that thing on the Sarah calendar, so we can make sure there aren't overlaps again this year like there were last year, or at least try to avoid that. Good to hear there, Andy. Got your answers down at Alpha and Bravo. Next, we have a station who apparently could not hear us, but we'll try them again. K5CFY, Ray, are you up there, and can you get into us? Okay, nothing heard there. Perhaps a little better luck, and he can recheck with us a little later if he has a better connection. Next, we have W3ETB Eddie. How you doing, Eddie? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Yeah, hi, Nick. Well, I don't know. It's been a pretty good day today. Actually, it stayed inside all day long. So, the whole time I went out and checked the mail, and there was absolutely no wind when I did that, which is kind of unusual because the last few days it's been very, very windy. Let's see, it was nice and warm. They said today it got up to 64 degrees here in this area of Maryland. So I don't know. I guess I could have went outside and enjoyed that 64 degrees, but I stayed inside all day long. Just played radio. So I was actually able to get onto the Beacon Net and talk to Dave in Wales and talk to Aussie out there in Okie. And actually later on I got on a 10-tech net and talked to Mark down in Raleigh, North Carolina. So, and now I'm talking to you. Well, I'm going to have to follow Andy as far as the trivia questions goes because the first trivia question, I was torn between A and B, and Lucy's trivia question, I was torn between B and C. So I figured maybe I should just stick with A and B and follow Andy. Anyway, I'll turn it back to you, and I'll say 73 for now because I'll probably be falling asleep in my chair by the time the net's over. W3TV, back to that.
All right, thank you, Eddie. Got your answers down there for Alpha and Bravo. Yeah, don't feel bad if you fall asleep in the chair. I do that more than I probably should. But thanks for checking in with us, sir. We appreciate it. Next two stations we have are in and out. That's KD2HCE and Nite, which takes us down to K8QFT, Uncle Fred. How you doing, Fred? And what do you have for the net tonight?
K8QFT, Fred here in Medina. First, let's do the trivia. How long does it take for that was about Mars to do something with it? It's going to take as long as it takes. No, I'm just going to say B on that one, and I'm going to answer B for the alternate trivia as well. But generally, it'll take as long as it takes. Oh boy, I just wanted to say one more time, I won't ever have to say it again here. But some people knew my late wife before I did. Might be some of you out there yet. Services for her tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. Hilliard Rossford Funeral Home in Wadsworth, Ohio, 2:30 p.m. So if anyone's in the area and just wants to drop by, please feel free to do so. That's it for now. K8QFT, back to net control.
All right, Fred, got your answer down for Bravo and Bravo. Yes, sorry to hear that about your late wife, or your wife there, and definitely my condolences go out to you. So it's good information for anybody that can make it out. Thank you, Fred. Have a great night, and we're going to move on to the next two stations, which are in and out. That's WA8KOC and WB3K, which takes us down to K4OG. Mark, how you doing, Mark? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
QKO, K4OG here. Not a whole lot. Let's see. I'm going to get right to the answers, my guesses anyway. I'm going to go with Alpha, the 411 for the primary, and Charlie for the alternate. And yeah, I was just typing in the blue screen, cooking up stuff, and I'm known for making messes in the kitchen. Just cooked 2 quiches and didn't make too big of a mess. They were pretty yummy. I wonder if you got any of that pumpkin roll left. Let's see if I can make a trade. Yeah, I was typing on the blue screen. If you got a shot cup, you may want to bring it to the Christmas party. I got some cheer I'm going to bring. Not that I drink, but I will sample a shot every once in a while. There you go, K4OG, back to net.
All right, thank you, Mark. Yes, actually, I think a trade could be in order. We should maybe see if we can chat about that before the Christmas party. And I have just the shot glass to bring. I got it a few years ago for Christmas, and it'll be perfect, I think, for the experience that you're offering. So I would look forward to seeing you there, Mark. Look forward to seeing everybody there, and yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Our next station is in and out. That's KF8AXO. And that's going to take us down to, actually, I need to identify real quick before I go to the next station. This is K8QKO on the WWKO repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset, with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, going through our check-ins for the beacon net. And our next station is NU5D. Steve, how you doing, Steve? And what do you have for the beacon net tonight?
Well, howdy, Nick and rest of the net. Appreciate you facilitating this evening, and always thanks to the logger as well. Makes a good team. I'm going to run with Bravo and Bravo. Probably wrong, but who knows? I was kind of looking for something from Edgar Allan Poe or Hamlet or something along those lines, but it is what it is. Anyhow, great net going, and good work. NU5D.
All right, thank you, Steve. Got your answer down for Bravo and Bravo. Good hearing you there, and thank you for checking in. Our next station here is in and out. That's N5LKR Ken, and that takes us down to KI5TAQ Taco Tim. How you doing, Tim? Hey, what do you have for the net tonight?
Well, good evening, guys. This is KI5TAQ. Let me get the questions out of the way. For the main trivia, it will be Delta, and the alternate would be Bravo. So that's that. I've been hearing you guys on the Echolink, and the Claremore repeater is having some problems right now, so it's intermittent. So advice would be, if anybody out there who's listening for the beacon net, I'm using the RCWA Claremore machine. You may want to go alternate with the Echolink or Allstar. With that said, I'll send it back to net control. This is KI5TAQ.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you, Tim. Got your answers down for Delta and Bravo. Thanks for letting us know about the repeater. Hope you guys are able to get that sorted out pretty quick. Maybe tell Jairus to hurry up or we'll dock his pay. Or somebody will. Anyway, thanks for checking in there, sir. We appreciate it. And next we have KC8EEY Dave. Wait, no, Dave's in and out. KC8EEY is in and out. That takes us down to KE8ZRY Jeremy. How you doing, Jeremy? What do you have for the beacon net tonight? Kilo Echo 8 Zulu Romeo Yankee K8ZRY. Jeremy, are you out there, and do you have comments for the net?
Hey, good evening, Nick. K8ZRY. Good evening, everybody else on the net as well. I just realized that I had my radio here set to the wrong receive. I was transmitting out over my YSF hotspot, so that was fun. First blunder of the night, I guess. That being said, I had a pretty good day. Getting ready for the week, and I had today's my birthday. turned 41 today. Got to spend time with the family. Got to spend time with my son. So got my antenna up. It was a good birthday present there. So that was a great day all around. Answers to the trivia are going to be Charlie and Charlie. And with that, I will say 73s and turn it back over to net control. Have a good night.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. Got your answers down for Charlie and Charlie, and a happy birthday to you. The good old 401. That's a good year. Sneaks up on anything, get closer to 50 and closer to 50, and then, not quite there yet myself, but I'm getting closer and I don't like it. Things start to hurt. Things break easier after 40. You get the aches when you get in your 30s a little bit. You start feeling, I have aches I didn't know about before. And then you start getting to 40 and fall down or trip or something. It takes like a week. So, sorry to hear that, but it's life. Anyway, we have next few stations here are in and out. That's K8ZR. Wait, no, we already have talked about it. K8HNK, KJ5FLL, K5BDL, and K8MNT. That takes us down to KF8CHB. Craig, how you doing, Craig? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, good evening. We're going to try answering the questions with, I think it's going to be C and B. At least that's a good guess, and it's probably wrong, but that's okay. For you, Nick, I might have a little, I've heard this before, and I don't know if you know. Some people have been diagnosed with the baby doll syndrome. And I have it myself. Some doctors don't even know about it. But what happens to me and why they finally diagnosed it was when my feet go up in the chair, my eyes go shut. Hence, I have the baby doll syndrome. And with that, this is KF8CHB turning it back to net control.
All right, thank you, Craig. We got your answers down for Charlie and Bravo. Yeah, I've not heard of the baby doll syndrome before, but I think my father-in-law must have that. So I'm going to talk to him at the next holiday gathering and make sure he gets that checked out. So thanks for that information. It's an important health tip, and I do appreciate it. I see somebody in the blue screen that was in and out earlier in our net, and he's still talking in the blue screen. I'm going to see if he's out there and wants to have some comments for the net, and that's going to be WB3K Phil. I see you typing, Phil. Do you want to come back and say hello? All right, maybe he's only in the blue screen and not actually listening, so we'll give him a break for that. Okay, our next station here is N3XUS. Gene, how you doing, Gene? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
This is November 3 X-Ray Uniform Sierra, Gene in Killeen, Texas. First time checking in on the net. Here's a big turnout of people. I don't really have anything to add, but I'm making notes to try to monitor and join this net again in the future. Everybody have a great night and a better tomorrow. This is November 3 X-Ray Uniform Sierra, Gene, clearing the net.
All right, thanks for checking in with us there, Gene. We appreciate it. Welcome to the net. Did you want to try to answer our trivia questions? And if you need them, we can always get them reread because we get down pretty far in the net here, and it's a good time to have them reread when that happens. So let me know what you like there, and we can get that taken care of.
November 3 X-Ray Uniform Sierra. I'll pass on the trivia questions tonight, but I promise I'll join in on them again next time. November 3 X-ray Uniform Sierra, clearing the net.
All right, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. You know, I think I'm going to have them reread anyway. You don't have to answer. I'm not going to come back to you if you pass. But we're at the end of the pre-show check-ins, and we're at the start of the regular show check-ins. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the trivia reread for anybody out there that might have enjoyed this a little bit afterwards and may want to hear what those are. We're going to, before I go up there, I'm going to identify those. This is KE8QKO on the WWKY repeater. 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a TL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're going to go talk to K8 VZA Eric to get the primary question read for us again. Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO in the group, KE8VZA back here with a reread of the main trivia question. Okay, how many Earth days does it take Mars to orbit the Sun? These are planet Earth days, not birthdays. So Earth days, E-A-R-T-H. How many Earth days does it take Mars to orbit the Sun? Choices are Alpha, 411, Bravo, 532, Charlie, 687, or Delta, 701. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. Well, that's another fine question there. Let's go down and talk to KE8YUK for the new all-day long trivia question tonight. Lucy, could you read the alternate trivia?
Alternate trivia, schmaltia trivia. I'm reading in the blue screen about barbecue chicken. Man, I wasn't hungry before. Anyway, alternate trivia. What was the main selling point on the patent for the first electric razor? A, it used DC current, which was proposed as safer than AC. B, the user did not have to apply shaving cream before shaving. C, it was more portable and safer than a straight razor. D, it was tested on kernel cord waldo bean with minimal blood loss. Again, alternate trivia. What was the main selling point on the patent for the first electric razor? A, it used DC current, which was proposed as safer than AC. B, the user did not have to apply shaving cream before shaving. C, it was more portable and safer than a straight razor. Or D, it was tested on kernel corn waldo bean with minimal blood loss. Back to you, Nick.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you, Lucy. We appreciate that. Let's go down and talk to our check-ins from earlier, and that's going to be KO4HDX. Nick, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight? Kilo Oscar 4 Hotel Delta X-Ray. Nick, I'm not sure if that was you trying to talk, but we just heard some sounded like some muffling in the background, but no real traffic. Do you want to try to come back again if that was you? Heard nothing from Nick there. Maybe we can get a recheck from him later or something. Next, we'll try going down to KC8FQV. Mark, see what he's got for us. Mark, take it away.
Oh, yeah, good evening. See if you can copy me. Well, I'll find out if I see my answers pop up in the thing. I'm going to say citizen band. The answer is citizen band. So, tonight I developed a headache. Earlier in the day, I wasn't no headache. but somewhere I got a headache tonight, and I don't know where, because there is nothing to aggravate me other than coughing. I went outside, it was nice today. So, other than that, not much else, but my answer is citizen ban. It stands for C for citizen with A, if you couldn't understand, and B for the... So that would be called citizen ban. So, we'll send it back to net control, KCFQB.
All right, thank you, Mark. Got your answers down for Charlie and Bravo, and good luck with that headache. Okay, we're at the bottom of our list here. We're ready to take some more check-ins. So anyone who has not checked into the BeaconNet that would like to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
This is Kilo Juliet 5 India Alpha India, Kilo Juliet 5 India Alpha India, Michael from Belton, Texas.
Kilo 6 Uniform Lima Charlie, TK6 ULC, Mike in Laughlin, Nevada.
Kilo Charlie 5 Romeo Bravo Golf, KC5 Real Big Guns, Shannon in Tulsa.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, WV3K for recheck.
All right, pretty good list there. I'm going to go through what I got. I've got KJ5IAI, Michael. I have KK6UIC, Mike. I have KC5, Real Big Guns, Shannon. And I have a recheck from WV3K, Phil. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with the recheck from Phil before I go through the new check-ins. So we'll go ahead, Phil. What do you have for us tonight?
KZ K8 KOC, I think I can't remember. I have a hard time with the call sign. Excuse me, Nick. WV3K. I just wanted to. I don't know if you read my my quick send on the blue screen.
Yes, sir. I think you were talking about the one I saw. A much-deserved thank you to N8WB Stefan for a wonderful VE session this weekend. Is that the one you're talking about?
Copy. Yes. Just wanted to say a big thank you to our very own Stefan, N8 Whiskey Bravo, and along with Jerry, John, Phil, and I as alternate on this past Saturday. Wonderful exam session, and congrats to the examinees for pulling through and doing well on passing their exams. Some getting new license. I think there was a couple new license and other were upgrades, and it was just a fantastic time being together. Very successful and a wonderful time being together. So that's all. That's what I wanted to just pass along to you. Back to you, Nick, and please forgive me for muffing up there in the front end on this call sign. But nice job what you're doing this evening, and I sincerely appreciate what you're doing. I need to cut loose here and really get myself to rest. Take care and God bless. WV3K, back to net control.
right, thank you, Phil. Sounds like you guys had a pretty good weekend. That's awesome. So, yeah, it's a great job. Great job the Sierra Club does with VE sessions. Everyone appreciates the hard work of the entire VE team. Next, we're going to go down and talk. Before I go down and talk, I'm going to identify. This is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Going to check into the Beacon Net. And our next station we're going to talk to is KJ5IAI. Michael. How you doing, Michael? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
It's good to hear everybody on this. I haven't been able to check into this net very often. I'm back to using a handheld driving around in the car. I run Uber, so it's a little tough to get to some of the repeaters unless I'm close to them. But sometimes I can't check in. I would say on the trivias, I'm going with D and C on the trivia questions.
All right, thank you, Michael. Got your answers down as Bravo and Charlie. Yeah, it can always be fun trying to hit repeaters with a handheld in a car. I like to think that I'm a funny-looking guy when I do that. I'll crack the window down a little bit, hang the antenna out the window as I'm talking at it, and yeah, I imagine people must think that's kind of weird to see an antenna sticking out of a window. Let me get a correction on your trivia. I heard B as in Bravo and Charlie, so I heard Bravo Charlie. My net logger originally had a Delta Charlie. Can you come back with your answers phonetically, please?
With Delta Charlie. That is Delta Charlie.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. We got your answers down as Delta Charlie. Appreciate you checking in there. Yeah, come back anytime. Always happy to have some. It's nice to have some new voices on the net recently. It's been great. Next, we have KK6ULC. Mike. How you doing, Mike? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
W8WKY.
I just took my dinner out of the oven. I'm having Marie Callender's chicken pot pie. I love those things. They're really good. And I really didn't hear the questions, so I'll pass on the questions. But thank you for doing the net. I do enjoy listening to the net and talking. I like to talk on the radio. I love to talk on the radio. One of my favorite hobbies. Thank you for doing the net. And KK6ULC. I'll be listening. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks for checking in there, Mike. Good to hear you. And enjoy that chicken pot pie. I do love me a good chicken pot pie. And I understand you didn't hear the trivia, so we'll put you down as a pass. But thanks for checking in with us, and come back anytime. Next station we have here is KC5, Real Big Gun, Shannon. How you doing, Shannon? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Hey, Nick and Nite, KC5, Real Big Guns. First, hopefully Phil's still out there. I'm going to wave a hand at him and wave a hand there at Mike that just went right there before me. He runs the net in California. He runs it from Nevada, and it's a pretty good net. Comes on at 1 a.m. Central. I guess 2 a.m. for you all there in Ohio. But a lot of fun, and I usually try to check in on it if I'm awake. But hadn't really done anything here today. Played some Call of Duty. Messed with the dogs. Rough-housed around for a while, and other than that, not much anything. Got a few naps in. That was really, really nice. I'm just prepping for the week ahead. A lot of doctor's appointments. Starting tomorrow with physical therapy. Anyway, you already know my trivia answer. The great state of Oklahoma, because it's never the wrong answer. And I guess I'll let you go ahead and get on down the list there. Thanks for running the net, and sounds like it's a good net so far, from what I've heard of it. Had a phone call there for a while, so I was offline, but been hearing it off and on. KC5, real big guns. God bless, and 73. Back to net control.
All right, thank you for checking in with us there, Shannon. Of course, we got your answer down for the great state of Oklahoma. And it has been a good net. It's been a really good net tonight. And good to hear you out there, so I appreciate you checking in. And I got to say, I do love me a good Sunday afternoon nap. I don't get them as often as I'd like to. So I usually have a bunch of stuff going on, and I don't have time. But I do love them when I can get them. And it's getting to be winter time, so hibernation season. I'm hoping to get more of those. We'll see how it works out. Anyway, thanks for checking in there, sir, and we do appreciate it. And I'm back at the bottom of my list here. This is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And I am ready for more check-ins. So anyone who'd like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo India 5 Delta Alpha Yankee KI 5 DAY.
All right, I guess I'll take it a little bit early. I was going to get to you here in a little bit there, Alan, when I go through the net control team. You're still net control guy. Just because you missed one night for your alternate trivia, you're still there on that list. What do you got for us tonight, Alan? All right, hang on, Alan. There was another station trying to check in, but they were very quiet, so I'm going to try to pull this in. I had a Kilo Echo 8 station. I think there was an Alpha in the last three. You were extremely quiet, and I did not catch your full call. Can you come back with your call sign phonetically again? Say it twice phonetically, please.
Kilo Echo 8 Oscar Alpha KT8 OKO.
Okay, I have Kilo Echo 8 Oscar Alpha Oscar. Kilo Echo 8 Oscar Alpha Oscar. You are a little scratchy there, sir, and very quiet, but I did catch your call sign since you read it twice. I was able to pick out all the correct letters. We'll get to you here in just a moment. I also have a check-in from the blue screen, which is KE8MMY. MY. So I'm going to say hold on there, Alan, and I'm going to start with KE8OAO, Kilo Echo 8, Oscar Alpha Oscar, and that's going to be Aaron. How you doing, Aaron? Do you want to try to speak up a little bit into your microphone if you can, and see how you're doing tonight? A little bit. I heard it's a little bit more audible. I did have to turn my volume way up on my radio, so make sure I turn that back down when you're done. But you're welcome to come back with your comments for the net. right. Maybe you're having a hard time getting in from wherever you're at, because last transmission, the first ones were pretty good and readable. They're just very quiet. This last transmission was all static. Let's try one more time, Aaron. All right, that one I didn't hear any static. I just saw activity and heard activity on my radio. So I think I don't know if you're mobile or whatever. I'm not sure what's going on, but you're not quite hitting it. You're not quite getting in. Maybe conditions will change a little bit. You can recheck with us if you want to come back with comments. But I got you checked into the net, and I do appreciate that. We'll maybe see if we can hear you better at some point in the future. But you're just not quite making it all the way in. So we're going to go and talk to our next station, which is also from your general area. He's from Amherst. That's going to be K8MMY. Chris, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, good evening. I've been busy working in the kitchen, just making some vittles all week. Trivia question, I'm going to go with Bravo and Bravo. And other than that, just zooming around the kitchen, thought I'd put in for, give you a number, and good to hear everybody tonight. K8MMY, back to net.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you, Chris. We got your answers down for Bravo and Bravo. Okay, we're going to go back up and talk to the other station that checked in with us. Actually, the first one that checked in, but he's in that control station, so we can always make him wait. That's going to be KI5DAY Allen. How you doing, sir? What do you have for the net tonight?
KI5DAY in the net. Hey, everybody. Hey there, Mr. Nick at Night. Yeah, I got here kind of late. I was actually volunteering at my church tonight. I was a hot cocoa server and a hot cocoa container cleaner, and just had an all-around good time, though. It's a pretty big production we do of the Scrooge, like the First Baptist version of the Scrooge anyway. I've never actually gotten to see the play. I've volunteered to help with it 2 or 3 times and got to help build the stage, and last week that was something else. It's a big stage, a big production, but it was a lot of fun. Got to see some good friends again tonight and hang out. I was talking to a young high school kid who's working now a little bit in aviation and machining and stuff, so that was interesting, and several other people. But yeah, just chilling like a villain. Thanks, Miss Lucy and Josh, for taking care of the alternate trivia. Larry says thank you. And man, I'm just happy to be home now and relaxed for the day. It's been a long day. I had to go to a birthday party after church today for my nephew. That was fun. Let me leave this drop. But what do I have? You said, what do you have for the net? Love is what I got. There you go. I said, remember that? Okay, that's, I don't know, it just popped in my head. I really don't like that song. It's horrible. Anyways, not much else. I just thought I would check in and say howdy. So here we go. KI5DAY, and to whoever just got that stuck in your head, you're welcome.
All right, thank you, Alan. Yeah, glad you're able to get that, serve all that hot chocolate. That sounds like a good opportunity. Yeah, you know, you do the work, you miss the show, but it's all for the best because somebody's gonna volunteer to keep those things going. So thanks for checking in there, sir. And we forgive you for missing the alternate trivia tonight. We'll give you a pass. This is your one this year. You get one next year too. 1 day off a year. That's how it works. Anyway, thanks, Alan. We appreciate you. And yeah, hang around and listen. If you have a recheck, you want to come back and throw some of your crazy comments, we'll take them. And this is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 290, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We are ready for more check-ins. We've got a lot of check-ins tonight. Anyone who'd like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right. Kind of funny how that tapers off right around this time of night. So let's go talk to our net control team, see how everybody's doing there. We're going to start with K8VZA. Eric, how you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA here. I'm going to answer Charlie for the alternate question and obviously abstain from the main. Let's see what happened this weekend. Good weekend. Had the Nor's Christmas party Saturday at Houlihan's in Westlake. There were about 24 people there. It was very nice. The food was awesome. We had a white elephant gift exchange, which was kind of funny, and good time. And then looking forward to the Sarah Christmas party this Thursday, and seeing everybody there. And today's project, since the weather was so warm, I decided that put up the Christmas lights since I didn't get to it until now. So got them up, put the ladder away, and then plugged it in, and it's like, oh shoot, I should have plugged them in before I put them up. But we had new light strings as of last year, so I figured surely they'll work. You know, we only used them one season. Well, no, two of the strings I could not resurrect, and my wife managed, she was out already and managed to swing through Walmart and pick up some more for me. So anyway, they're up, they are shining brightly, exuding Christmas spirit. Anyway, that's my story. This is KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. We got your answer down for Charlie for the alternate. One of these days, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna give that primary answer, and I know that way I'll know I'll get that one right. But that's how it goes. And I'll say you're ahead of me. I finally got the last of the leaves and stuff put away or cleaned up and taken care of in the backyard today. Took my son and I got haircuts and went swimming with his scout troop to get ready for sea base next year, and then did some yard work until the sun went down, which meant that no Christmas decorations went up. But I don't hang Christmas lights anymore. I get those laser light things and plop those things in the yard and shine the laser lights on the house. But when I put them up, because that's way easier than climbing a ladder and dealing with the bulbs and everything. That's the way I look at it. Like I like the lazy Christmas decoration stuff that I can do. But anyway, thanks for checking in there, Eric. We appreciate it. Next, we're going to talk to KD8 EPC Dustin. How you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight? All right, nothing heard from Dustin. I think he mentioned during the pre-show he may or may not be here, so he's not here. That's how it works. Next, let's go talk to KD8 SLG, Just Nick. How you doing, Nick? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
K8QKO, this is KD8 SLG down the farm. Good evening, Nick, and all of the Beacon netizens. Let's do trivia first. I'm going to go with Alpha and Delta. I joined kind of late and have been trying to catch up in the blue screen. Wow, lots of conversation in there tonight. You're missing out. As Eric just said, looking forward to the Christmas party Thursday night. I think I got a head count of 60, so it's going to be a few more people than most of our meetings. Should be a great time. Same caterer as last year. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody again. That's all I got tonight, man. Fine business as usual, Nick. KD8 SLG, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Nick. Yeah, I look forward to seeing everybody there. 60 sounds like a pretty good number. Got your answers down for Alpha and Delta. And, yeah, the Christmas party should be a lot of fun. Next, we have W8HRF, Josh. How you doing, Josh? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight? Oh, are you done with all the filing that was going to drive Lucy crazy? K8
KYUKO, W8HRF. Good evening, Nick and Nite, and good evening to everybody on the Beacon Net. Yes, I finished that. It was very short. It actually was not very long. I am getting closer and closer to the end of this QCX Mini QRP CW radio build that I've been working on for over a year now. So, but it's been fun. It's just been something nice to do every now and again, especially when I'm sitting down here listening to a net. So I am attaching the LCD screen now, and that'll probably be about as far as I get tonight. It's about time to go to bed. Let's see, trivia before I forget. For the main, I'm going to go with 411. I'm going to go with Alpha. And for Lucy's, I think it's got to be Bravo. I commend the Delta answer, though. I like that. But we're going to go with Bravo. Had a pretty good week. Update on the saga where we got locked out of the garage. Somehow the codes got reset on our garage door opener. And it wasn't just the one. It wasn't just the one where you enter the code and the garage door goes up. It was also the clickers. So I had to go up and resync them all. That was interesting. I never did get the code one to work again. I have to fiddle with that. But trying to figure out what reset it, and I happened to be talking to somebody on. I ran into somebody on Simplex 2 days ago and mentioned it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, my buddy had the problem like that. Happened when he transmitted on 10 meters." And I was like, I transmitted once on 10 meters this week, and I can't remember if it was before or after this problem happened. So, I don't know. I might have to play around on 10 meters a little bit more, see if I can wipe the memory again. That'd be very weird if I'm wiping out my entire neighborhood's garage door openers on 10 meters. That'd be bad. Oh, boy. Also got the cars washed today. By hand. Oh boy, that took forever, but at least the salt is off. I'm fighting a losing battle with salt. The Forerunner started getting some frame rot and brought it over to my father-in-law's house this week, and it makes your soul sink a little bit when your father-in-law is taking a hammer to your frame and it's crumbling in front of you like chips. It was sad. But we welded a new piece, he welded a new piece in place, and so at least that should be good for a while. So we'll see what happens. Man, I'm going to time everything out. Yes, I held the flashlight while he did the welding. So anyways, I'm going to say 7-3, everybody. Have a wonderful night, and we'll catch you all on Wednesday. KQKO, W8HRF.
Oh, that's a bit to unpack there, Josh. As far as the frame rot goes, yeah, it makes you want to put your kids in the car when you see that, right? So, like, take them for a drive. It's a joke. But as far as the 10 meters and the garage doors resetting, I might have to take my radio with me when I go visit the in-laws later on this month for Christmas. We're going to stay down there for the weekend, and I think it'll be hilarious if I set up a radio while I'm smoking the prime rib in the backyard. Start transmitting on 10 meters and really reset everybody's garage door openers. That'll make me laugh like the dickens. They live in a big, like, Vinyl Village where all the houses are like 10 feet apart. And everybody has those things in that neighborhood. So, yeah, I'll have to think about that, whether I want to go down that road. If that's a culprit. Wonder what kind of wattage you got to put out to do that. I'm only going to be able to put out 100 watts if I go. Maybe that's enough. I'll think about it. Anyway, thank you, Josh. Got transits down for Alpha and Bravo. And next, we're going to go talk to your better half, K8YUK, Miss Lucy. How you doing, ma'am? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
K8QKO, K8YUK. We left the handheld upstairs, so I had to reach over Josh while he's typing on his computer, and then he moved, so I had to come over here. Complicated anyway. Geez, what did I do today? We had Mass. Josh's brother actually stayed over for the weekend, which was really fun. He's a sweetheart. And he was really, really helpful because Betty was super needy yesterday while I was making dinner, and he kept her busy while I was making dinner, which was really sweet. I mean, he just turned 18, and he'll read her books and look at whatever she brings them, and just really, really kind to her, which was really, really nice. So that was cool. And then we kind of had an open day, and then a more introverted set of our friends invited us over out of the blue, so we ended up going to their house for dinner, which was super, super fun. Really good to see them. And they have 3 kids, and then let me think, the oldest is 3 and the youngest is turning 1, I think. Super close together, but they're all just shenaniganizing, climbing on couches, falling off chairs, tickling each other, just adorable. So that went really well. And the weather was so nice today, I really wanted to do something outside. So I asked if I could clean the gutters, and Josh was like, I'm not super comfortable with you doing that. And I was like, I'll be fine. So because I'm me, I was like, well, while I'm up here, I should probably get the sticks off the roof. It'll be fine. And probably 2 steps up the steepest part of our roof, I realized what a terrible, terrible, terrifying mistake that was. I have rarely been so scared going down before. I hit the ladder safely and decided to never, ever do that again in my whole life. And I climb trees. Well, I used to climb trees pretty regularly, but that was pretty humbling. So I have way more respect for roofers and also Josh anytime he goes up to mess with the antenna, because you will not catch me on the roof unless I'm actually dead on the roof or off the roof. Anyway, I'm going to let it drop to reset real quick. K8YUK returning. So yeah, those were my adventures. I had something funny I was going to say, and now I'm really scrabbling to remember what it was. Darn. It had something to do with washing cars or cleaning cars or doing something. I don't know. Ah, well, I'll think of it later. Great blue screen tonight. Great commentary. Definitely condolences to Uncle Fred. I think he went to bed already, but I hope we could make it, but I have my doubts. It's Betty's nap time, but definitely praying for his loss and everybody who's going through loss during the holiday season. It's extra hard. So thoughts and prayers for that kind of situation, but also just gratitude for all the people we do have around. So sometimes too many people, but it's worth it. Anyway, I have had enough prattling, so I'm going to pass it back to you, Nick, at night. Have a good night, everybody. God bless, and I'll talk to you when I need to do the answer for alternate trivia.
All right. Thank you, Lucy. We didn't get your answer for the primary question. You want to come back with that?
You know, maybe that's what I was thinking of. I was going to go with Charlie, mostly because A, I really have no idea, and B, Mark's around, and I feel like I should. So I'm going to go with Charlie.
All right, thank you. Go ahead and go with Charlie. I'm also going to go, I'm not going with Charlie. I'm going to go with, my answers are Bravo and Bravo. And Lucy, your story about the roof was awesome, but I think the best part of the story was hearing Josh groan in the background when you talked about going up to get the sticks off the roof. That was fantastic to hear the story and Josh's groan as you started to tell it, and you realized that was a bad choice. So anyway, or not a great choice, or however you want to word it. But thanks, Lucy. I appreciate you doing the alternate trivia tonight, and it's good to have you both on here. I don't know how you hear for a lot of Sundays, so it's awesome. And this is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Well, we're going to do one more round of check-ins here. Maybe one more round. If we get more than one round, I'll keep going. But we're going to try for another round anyway. Anyone who hasn't already checked into the BeaconNet that would like to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Delta 4 Lima Echo Tango KD4 LET Atlanta, Georgia via Echolink. I'm sorry.
All right, I got KD4 LET checking in there. It's Mark checking in via Echolink. Do you have anybody else that would like to check in to the BeaconNet? Please call now.
November 8th, Sierra Mike Hotel, Stephen Talmadge.
N8SMH.
All right, I got N8SMH. Steve, anyone else like to check into the Beacon Net? All right, we have two more check-ins here. Let's go talk to them. KD4LET, Mark, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the net tonight? Kilo Delta 4, Lima Echo Tango. Mark, you're out there. Do you have comments for the Beacon Net?
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm working on a phone here. I've been off the air for about almost 15 years. I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia, just northwest of Atlanta proper. I've been just trying to rebuild my shack, and I found your channel on YouTube, and I thought it was interesting. I've been listening for a few weeks now. I don't really have anything for the group. I'm checking in and out. Just want to say hi to everybody, and I'll get back in there very soon.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you, Mark. Welcome back to the hobby. Did you happen to catch our trivia questions? Do you want to answer those if you did?
I did not get those. I'm sorry about that. I usually get them, but today I missed them. I apologize.
That's all right. Let's get if we can reread those. We got another station and checked in after you that they might not have heard it either. So let's go talk to K8VZA Eric to get our primary question. Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA back with the main trivia question. How many Earth days does it take Mars to orbit the Sun? Those are planet Earth days, not birthdays. The options are Alpha 411, Bravo 532, Charlie 687, or Delta 701. KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. Let's go down and talk to KE8YUK, Miss Lucy, to get the alternate question.
Sorry about that. Here I am, KE8YUK. There was a different cord in the way, and I couldn't tell which cord was on top. Anyway, I figured it out. Alternate trivia. What was the main selling point on the patent for the first electric razor? A, it used DC current, which was proposed as safer than AC. B, the user did not have to apply shaving cream before shaving. C, it was more portable and safer than a straight razor. Or D, it was tested on kernel corn waldo bean with minimal blood loss. That's your trivia. Back to you, Nick.
All right, thank you, Lucy. Let's go down and try KD4LET again. Mark, do you want to try to answer the trivia now?
Oh, it's gotten dark here. I'm going to go with Bravo and Bravo. That's it.
All right, thank you, Mark. Got you down for Bravo and Bravo. And I'll say, personally, I think that's a good choice. Because, wait a minute. Mine's supposed to be Bravo and Bravo, and it shows Bravo and Charlie. I didn't catch that earlier. Eric, you got my trivia answers wrong. It's Bravo and Bravo, just like Mark here was. So I think those are the better answers. Anyway, thank you, Mark. We do appreciate you checking in, and come back anytime. Next we have N8SMH, Steve. How you doing, Steve? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
This is November 8 Sierra Mike Hotel, Steve in Talmadge, Ohio. Oh, pretty good. Just enjoying the sunshine here for once, and I'm cleaning up the basement here, making a new shack. We just moved into this city here maybe about 3-4 months ago, and I got boxes in the basement here, and naturally, I didn't identify each box as what, right? So I'm going through there. But, yeah, the fellow that said that he was on 10 meters and opened up his neighbor's garage door, I started laughing like crazy here. Back in 58, when I can't remember exactly when FCC opened up the 10-meter to citizens band, but channel 23, that's all you'd have to do is go in a big urban area and click on channel 23, and in every garage door you'd go by would open up, and then you'd drive like heck so that they wouldn't figure out who you are. All right, I'll try Charlie for the trivia answers, and I'll stand by for the answers. Good talking with everybody, and have a good tomorrow, November 8 Sierra Mike Hotel, back to net.
All right, thank you, Steve. We got your answers down for Charlie. And Charlie, that's funny, driving around on keying up to open people's garage doors. That'd be a hoot of a time. Not for everybody in the neighborhood, but for the person driving, I think it's fun. Anyway, thanks for checking in there. Appreciate it. This is KAQKO and the WWQI repeater 147 Mark 290. Positive also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're going to do another round of check-ins. Anyone who'd like to check in at the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha Tango Alpha, Georgetown, Texas. This is Guy, KJ5ATA.
All right, I got KG5ATA Guy checking in there. How you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Oh, yeah, this is KJ5ATA. Yeah, not a lot going on. Just trying to maintain a Sunday evening. Watched a nice movie just recently. I'm trying to recall the name of the movie. That's how lame I am. But anyways, it was a pretty good show. Had Paul Giamatti in it. The Holdovers. Yeah, The Holdovers. Yeah, that's the name of the movie. And it's a pretty entertaining show. If you ever decided to watch it, yeah, I think it's pretty good. And it's nothing too dramatic about it, but it's a good show. Anyways, it's kind of cooler here in Central Texas, and otherwise there's not a lot shaking or baking and anything of that nature. But it is rather cooler. It's Christmas time, and so that's what you have to expect. Anyways, there's not anything else to report for that matter. But if you want to watch a good movie, I think it's pretty entertaining. The Holdovers. So, anyways, okay, back to net for that one. You bet.
All right, thank you, Guy. Yeah, I heard that was actually pretty good. I never got around to watching it. It was on my list, mental list, to watch for a little bit, and I never did that. I should do that. Did you happen to catch our trivia questions there, Guy?
tell you what the answers could possibly be because I don't know what they are. And with that being said, I'm going to have to pass on the trivia questions because I just checked in, and so I don't know what they are, and so I can't really tell you what my answers are. Anyways, if you want to throw them to me, I can possibly give an answer, but I wouldn't have a clue right now. Anyways, back to that.
All right, no problem, guys. We can get those read again. We're at 39 here, so I'm gonna. And when we're done with Guy, I'm gonna try to get at least get a few. We'll try to get some more people in here. At least hit 40, maybe 42 if we're lucky. That'd be awesome. It's been a while since we had to hit that number on the net, so we're gonna go for it. We got a goal now. Let's see if we can pull it off. K8VZA, Eric, how you doing, sir? You want to reread that primary question for me?
W8WKY.
KE8QKO in the group, KE8VZA back with a reread of the main trivia question. How many Earth days does it take Mars to orbit the Sun? Choices are Alpha 411, Bravo 532, Charlie 687, or Delta 701. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, thank you there, Eric. Let's go talk to KE8YUK, Miss Lucy, to get the alternate question read. Miss Lucy, take it away.
All right, alternate trivia. What was the main selling point on the patent of the first electric razor? A, it used DC current, which was proposed as safer than AC. B, the user did not have to apply shaving cream before shaving. C, it was more portable and safer than a straight razor. Or D, it was tested on Colonel Cornwaldo bean with minimal blood loss. That is the alternate trivia listed in the blue screen.
All right, KJ5, ATA, Guy, do you get those trivia questions heard there?
Yeah, network control. Answers are Alpha and Bravo. That's my answers. Those are my so-called educated guesses, and otherwise, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Anyways, back to network control.
Guy, you're still keyed up if you can hear me. All right, thank you, Guy. Got your answers down for Alpha and Bravo. All right, we're at 39 here. Let's see if we can get 40 or 42. That's my goal. Let's see what we can pull off there. So anyone out there that's listening, I know there's people out there listening. If you want to check in and out, I'd appreciate it. Let's try to get some more people in here. So please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically along with your name and location.
KC8EEY for a recheck.
Go ahead, recheck.
Yeah, this is KC8EEY, Dave in East Sparta. I had signed on it a little earlier. Wanted to jump in on the trivia.
Go ahead, we'll take your trivia answers.
Okay, I'm going to go with C and B. Back a little while back, I put it on Facebook that if I lived on Mars, I would be 38 years old. Or soon will be 38 years old. That puts me pretty young compared to my age here on this planet. Okay, back to the net.
All right, thank you, Dave. We've got your answers down for Charlie and Bravo. Is there anyone else who'd like to check into the Beacon Net? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. Let's go get our trivia answers. K8VZA, Eric, would you read the primary answer for us, please?
KE8QKO in the group. KE8VZA back here with the main trivia answer. How many Earth days does it take Mars to orbit the Sun? The answer is, Charlie, 687 Earth days for Mars to orbit the Sun. And I was curious, and a day on Mars is 25 hours long, so it takes 660 Martian days for Mars to orbit the Sun. Kind of trivia within the trivia there. So there you have it, Charlie, 687 Earth days. KE8, VZA, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. Got your answer for Charlie. And next, we'll go talk to KE8YUK, Miss Lucy, to get the answer for our alternate trivia question. Lucy, take it away.
All right. What was the main selling point for the patent, or on the patent for the first electric razor? Was the alternate trivia? The answer is remarkably B. Colonel Jacob Schick patented the first electric razor in 1928. Schick went on to form the Schick Dry Shaver Inc. Enjoy that. It's SCHICK among all the other letters. It's great fun. Anyway, he founded his company and has become known as, quote, the father of electric razors, end quote. The patent application stated, the invention is designed to provide a shaving implement that does not require the usual prior application of lather or its equivalent to the face, as the cutting of the hair can be done while the face and hairs are comparatively dry. No Cornwaldo beans have been harmed in the making of this alternate trivia. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Lucy. Another fun alternate trivia question. And I got it right, so that's awesome. It makes me a happy camper tonight. Okay, appreciate that. This is K8QKO in the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL total of 114 Mark 8. And we're back on the bottom of our list. We've got our talk to everybody, we've got our trivia answers read, and we have room for one more round of check-ins or rechecks. We're at 39 check-ins. I wouldn't mind getting 1 to 3 more if I can get them. So if you're out there and you want to check in, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Oscar 6, Quebec Tango, James, Honolulu, Hawaii.
right, we got a good one there. We have KO6QT James from Honolulu, Hawaii. How you doing, sir? I was visiting down there earlier this summer, and actually right when field day, I was getting on a plane to fly back. So beautiful state there. Had a great time. I really enjoyed the hospitality and the people and the culture and everything. But how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Affirmative. Thank you for the reception. Tonight it's about a little after 6 o'clock in the evening, 76 degrees Fahrenheit. We just completed the Honolulu, Hawaii Marathon, which was run today, 26 miles. That ended earlier this afternoon. Things are going quite well. It's a bit cooler here for us. Nothing like in the Midwest. Anyway, thanks for running the net. Back to you, sir.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you. Yeah, sounds like you had a great day and great weather. Yeah, that's one thing. The weather there, the entire week we were there was just beautiful. It was gorgeous. Definitely want to go back someday and see more. But hey, thanks for checking in with us there. Well, I think you're the first Hawaii station that's ever checked into this net. So you put that on the logs there. Make a note of it. But hey, thanks for checking in. We appreciate you. Appreciate that, and it's good to have you. And do we have anybody else who would like to check into the Beacon Net? Please call now.
Page, MAHKE6RAX calling.
All right, I have KE6RAX checking in there. Peter, how you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight? Kilo Echo 6, Romeo Alpha X-Ray. Peter, are you out there? Do you have comments on the Beacon Net?
KK6ULC.
QLC station, can you come back phonetically, please?
Kilo 6, Uniform Lima Charlie. Mike and Laughlin for a recheck. KK6ULC.
All right, KK6QL. I thought we had you in as ULC. So is that the Kilo 6 Uniform Lima Charlie? Is that correct?
That's affirmative. I just wanted to say thank you for doing the net, and I have a question for you, Net Control. This didn't always used to be called a Beacon Net. It was called something else for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been the Beacon Net for about 2.5 years. Before that, it was the Barometer Net. So that's the history, the brief history of the net. But it started as the Barometer Net and then changed to the Beacon Net.
You don't mind me asking, why did they change it?
Well, it was the Borealis net, the Barometer net's the morning. It was the Borealis net, the Beacon net, and I know there was one other one there, KSFQV.
Yes, Mark, thank you. I realized that when you said that. Sorry, I'm getting a little tired. It was the Borealis net. The Barometer is in the morning. There's a tradition. Well, first there's a tradition of the
nets on this repeater started with the letter B. That's where the names kind of came from. And the official supports of the Sarah Club with the net, and there was some changes in leadership and things that happened, and that's kind of where the name really changed between the two. So, yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell without going into too much detail in a long conversation over the radio. But yes, you're right. Mark's correct. I was wrong. It was the Borealis net, not the Barometer net, and it changed to the Beacon net.
So when I remember is the Borealis net. Thank you, Mark. And thanks, Net Control. Thanks for doing the net. Really nice net. I really enjoyed this. This is KK6ULC, Mike and Laughlin. Everybody have a good night. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It was also called the Bourbon Barrel net.
Yeah, the Bourbon Barrel net was a brief hiatus when it wasn't on this repeater. I tried to get us to stick with that when we switched to the Beacon net, but I was not successful. All right, this is KEQKO on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And thank you, everybody. We've had some pretty good check-ins. It's been a great net. Do we have anyone else who would like to check into the Beacon net before we close this thing down? Please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
U5DJF, Claremore, Oklahoma.
DJ5 station, can you come back with your call sign phonetically again? Oh, I got it. Well, wait, that might not be the right one. Can you come back with your call sign phonetically? I think between the notes, when you keyed up, you started talking a little too early, and we missed the beginning of your transmission. So if you can key up, wait a couple of seconds, and then say your call sign phonetically, I would appreciate it.
That's Whiskey 5 Delta Juliet Foxtrot, Joey in Claremore, Oklahoma.
All right, copy that, sir. Whiskey 5 Delta Juliet Foxtrot. Go ahead with your comments.
I just wanted to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I just was switching around the channels and I heard you guys talking. I didn't even know there was a net tonight. Just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody and have a very nice Christmas. This 73s to everybody. This is Joey W5DJF 73s to everybody.
All right, Joey, thank you. Merry Christmas to you, sir. Yes, just so you're aware, the Beacon net meets every Wednesday and Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We don't usually run this late. We're usually done closer to 11 or right around there, but it's been a good net. We've had a lot of traffic, so I'm happy to keep going if people want to keep talking, at least for a little while. Eventually, I'll turn into a pumpkin, but right now I'm doing all right. So anyway, happy to hear you, and always check in anytime. We're happy to have everybody. So is there anybody else who wants to check in at the Beacon net? Please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right. Sounds like it's quieting down. That's all right. That's been a great net. Thanks for everybody that checked in. It's been fantastic. And yeah, so let's go down my little closing spiel here on behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, K8VZA, KD8SLG, KD8EPC, KI5DAY, W8HRF, and KE8YUK. I would like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the Beacon Net at Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the WWKY repeater, Allstar Node, 48496, and Echolink WWKY-R. You are welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the WWKY repeater every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sunday. Don't forget to check out our friends on the Boredom Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You can listen to the Beacon Net. This is K8QKO, returning the repeater to normal and customary immature radio use at this time, 73 all.
Fine business on the neck. Nick and Eric, 7-3. See you guys on Thursday. W8HRF. I'm clear.
W8WKY.
KCA-SQV, Mark, you still out there? KK6ULC.
Yes, I am, Mike, K7QV.
How you doing, Mark? I haven't talked to you for a while. What's going on?
No, not much. I got a cough now. I don't know what this is all about, this cough deal. But everything else is going good. But it did warm up today here. And you know, I was thinking about that guy that worked out there in California, did all them packs of them blister packs of the ketchup and that. You know, I was thinking about that because we had spinach. We had baked bean or green beans tonight that were in a package, and they had sauce with it, and they were good.
Can I go to the bank tomorrow?
You know, I was just thinking about that they package so much stuff in plastic, ready to be cooked right in the microwave. Just throw it in the microwave and cook that thing. I was just thinking about that guy that did all that packaging. KSFQV. Well, everything else is going good.
That was Greg. He used to be a driver on one of the nets. He worked at a company that made all those ketchups and all the mayonnaise, all the things in the packets. That was Greg, BYO. Remember him?
All right, that's who it was, yeah. Yeah, they probably got 50-gallon drums of that stuff, or 25 or bags, and then dumped in the machine and then laid that stuff and packaged it. I think what it did, just laid it right on, it was like a, you know, like how they put frosting lettering on a cake. I think that's what it probably was, and then they run it through a roller and squeeze 2 pieces of plastic over the material, over the food. KSFQV.
And Greg retired, and he lives out here in Laughlin, not too far from me now. He's about 5 miles from my house. I tried helping him get on the radio on Echolink, but for some reason he can't get Echolink to work. I got to go back over there again. But that was Greg, BYO. All right, Mark, I just wanted to say hello, and it's nice to hear you out there. And I'll talk to you soon, I hope. KK6ULC, Mike and Laughlin. I'll be monitoring for a bit. Actually, I'm going to be heading over to that good dude drop in. I think you have a net at 9, I think.
Yeah, I do drop in. Went under different ownership or something. So yeah, they're under different ownership or leadership or whatever. So I know what one that is. Went over to England, I think. KSFQV.
I think Daryl is still in charge of you drop in. BO and UKZ, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it could be him still doing it, but then it went overseas, I think. I don't know what happened, but I know that there was some ruckus happened in the fall. KSFTV. Yeah, 'cause they got the fireside over here at Scott's. So I don't know what happened. I never heard the whole story. I've just pieced things together, and I think there was differences between people and different people, and there was enough ruckus made, and then when you get enough things happening, it just falls apart. KSFTV.
Hi, Mark. Again, it was nice talking to you, and it's been a while since I talked to you, and it's glad I got this chance to talk to you. Have a good night, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year coming up, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. This is KK6ULC, Mike in Laughlin. I'll be switching over to the drop in. See you later, bye. And thanks, everybody.
All right, Mike. Yeah, every Wednesday night it occurs there at the time that you came. Come an hour earlier. So Eastern time at 9:30 they get pre-show going, warming up. So that is Sunday and Sunday and Wednesday. KSFQV. But yeah, good hearing you, Mike.
KCASU, Mark, I just about clicked off. Did you say something else that I missed?
Oh, no, I was just saying, well, good hearing you, and, we'll catch you. And all I said is Wednesday and Sunday nights at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9:30 they start with a pre-show, and 10 o'clock is when the main net starts. So Sunday and Wednesdays at night at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9:30, they start a pre-check-in show, KSFQV, and great hearing you.
Which frequency are you talking about? Are you talking about the Alaska net?
No, this net goes on Wednesday and Sundays at 10 o'clock, and 9:30 they start pre-check-ins, KSFQV.
Mark. Also, every night at 11 o'clock on Lake Elsinore repeater, W6CDW-R, Whiskey 6, Charlie Delta Whiskey-R. I do the afternoon party. I try and do it every night. Sometimes my health is not the greatest, but I try to do it every night, W6CDW-R, and it's 10 o'clock, the afternoon party. Everybody's welcome. If you're tired, come by. It was real nice talking to you again. And everybody else, welcome too. KK6ULC, I'm clear. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you said K6CW, K7QV.
Negative. Whiskey 6, Charlie Delta Whiskey-R. Whiskey 6, Charlie Delta Whiskey-R. W6CDW-R. It's also on Echolink. Not Echolink, sorry, Allstar 502500. It's Allstar 502500. And I try my best to do it every night at 11 o'clock. Good night, Mark. Good night, everybody.
All right, Mike. I copied it now. Yep, W6 CDW. That just like that big supply, electronic office supplies and computer supplies, CDW. So W6 CDW. That made me, okay, I know what it is now. I can associate it with something, and not that they're associated with them, but just a coincidence that what happens. So KCFKV.
W8WKY.